here! Call it Marines here! A sea monster is attacking my beautiful Venice! Mamma mia! Francis Sinatra! Joe DiMaggio! Oh, I love to hear people speak my native tongue!
It is a legend no one will forget. Everybody thought the Super Show was as bad as a Mario cartoon could be. And then, the sequel attacked. Deke was back! With the zaniest danger ever known, even more animation errors. With their useless Mario trivia, Delfino and Peach will watch every single episode and complete the Supershow Saga.
Hey, that's a good picture.
There you go.
Oh, Drizzle.
Put it in the chit chat.
Putting it in the chat, Keaton.
Alright. Poosh, since we've named a Keaton after you, we're gonna show you now.
Oh my gosh.
No, the picture I got is of Drizzle. Did you want a
Okay.
Poosh picture? You have all the Poosh pictures.
I do. Let's
I
find
lost
it.
them all when I
Here they are.
updated my phone.
I only have 2 Poosh pictures though, but here they are.
This
Aw,
is Drizzle,
Drizzle.
new kitten.
New Keaton.
That's before their bath.
Are these like cats you know in real life?
No. These are parasocial cats.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means that somebody else is recording videos of these cats
And we
his
love them.
experience And we loved them so much that we've given them names. We're keeping a chart.
He
what
occasionally
they've
gives
looked
them a
like.
name, like he just named the one we had called Couch Ziggy,
Ziggy.
which is
There's
so
Ziggy.
cute.
This picture of Ziggy's pretty old though. It's a month old.
Ugh, I got this gross Propel water.
Why?
I don't know.
When we had some kittens be born, the best one of all of them is Pepper.
Oh, I do love Pepper. Are you gonna put a Poosh picture in the chat or no?
Oh, in the chat. Okay. Let me see if I can.
Where is
Sorry.
Poosh?
I'm getting
Poosh.
to Poosh. How do I copy this? Okay.
Well,
There's a
technically
picture
Poosh
in
is
the
here.
cell.
Hmm.
That they are. Alright, getting no.
Oh,
I copy this.
so
Mhm.
cute.
Put image over so.
Oh, Poosh just looks so regal in every picture.
Oh well, we can only look at it from the Google from the Google Docs. But Poosh was so tiny.
Look at that big old head.
so tiny.
I've watched the videos so many times. I love Poosh.
No baby kitten. Who I'm adopt.
I adopt you. I'm adopt you.
Wait, so this is like a Russian YouTuber?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
His name's Robin.
Robin Seplet.
oh,
They have
okay.
over 1 million subscribers.
Oh, okay.
They're not just some hole in the wall, but this is more so a newer pattern of them. Usually they would just go around and feed cats, and sometimes they'd revisit some. But they found some kittens that were super tiny. I can go back up to when they first found them. Well, the first, he's done it a couple times, but the one he's been keeping the longest is Calico.
Curly
Mhm.
Curl.
We call her Curly Curl. That's Curly Curl as a little baby. And there's Curly Curl all grown up 2 years later.
The glow up.
So proud. Honestly, I love the glow up between
The glow up is so nice.
when
Like
first-
Ginger looks so scraggly. No, it was
Mhm.
Cone. Cone
Yeah,
looked so
Cone.
scraggly at first, and Cone just looks so healthy and adorable now.
so regal.
Mm,
Fluffy
yeah.
looks like a big potato.
Ziggy's
and-
looking really nice lately.
Mhm. Their eyes are still a little. Bella. Oh,
Bella.
the most notorious one is Bella.
Oh, Bella.
Bella. She's so bad. She's bad. And some of these were just born.
Delfino likes to play a game with me where she'll send me a random kitten screenshot and go, all right, name the kitten now.
Do it right this second.
And I'll be at work and I'll be like, Pepper.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
good job. Well, you've never gotten it wrong.
Wow, that's impressive.
They're adorable. And I studied that kitten sheet. Like a test.
It's important. And then there's Lint. Some have weird names. This one is Smoosh. At first we were calling Poosh Smoosh, but soon Poosh just stuck around as a name. Some of the kittens have been adopted out. Kisses.
Kisses, and scratches.
Autumn went out. Frenchalore. Frenchalore is a girl. Peach said we have to name her
After we've
Frenchalore.
named so many kittens, I just start going crazy.
Frenchalore.
We ran out of names like Fluffy and Gray.
Well, it's because Couch was there because they blended in with the couch. Although now it feels like we are truly running out of names. New Keaton? We don't have a name for this one. They've been around for like 2 weeks.
Oops.
What do we name this kitten? Poosh. What do we name this kitten?
What do you want to name the kitten?
Paisano.
Paisano?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just like in the episode.
Good name.
Oh, what a good segue.
So you can stop talking about Keatons.
And with that, hello and welcome to today's episode of Delfino and Peach's Supershow Saga. I am your co-host, Peach Supreme.
And I am fellow co-host Delfino Durians, and we have a very special friend with us today, Poosh.
Poosh!
Ooh, what's up, everybody?
Yeah. Boy, we sure have a fun episode today.
But we have a really good episode.
I haven't watched this episode in a while because it's the last one in the series, and I usually don't get this far in my rewatches.
Yeah.
But dang, I forgot how funny it was.
It was a sudden, beautiful episode, this one. Let me pull up my notes. I don't have my notes.
I think we should start with an apology to all of Italy.
Yes. That's a good starting point.
I'm sure you're all wonderful people out there in Venice.
And it's, although I will say this episode does do something true. It shows that Venice is slowly sinking into this ground.
Oh god.
Wait, that's true?
I mean,
we're getting political here, but we've done it before on the show with True Colors. But it's that as sea levels rise, one of the most at-risk areas is Venice, Italy, because it really prides itself on being so close to the water. Now the water is a little too close to them in place.
And it is true that a lot of Italy is built on these like islet things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
wooden
structures under the water that keep it afloat. It's like, man, that thing is just one chain chomp away from sinking.
It is truly.
Yeah.
It's so good.
List of places I will not be visiting in the near future. Italy.
It's true. Although the whole idea of Venice, Italy, I think the idea of it is so cool because we've had a Pokemon movie based on it.
There's a whole anime based around it. I love Aria. Oh my god.
Aria is the true turn my brain off and relax anime.
Like when I'm sick, I'll just stick on episodes of Aria. It's supposed to be getting a reanimated movie. No, not reanimated, but they're supposed to be making an Aria movie this year. I didn't hear anything about it, so it might be pushed to next year. If you look up Aria the animation, I think they should talk about it.
Maybe. I've been so behind on anime.
The plot for that anime is that I guess it's kind of like
new planet.
Bebop. It's where they melted all the polar ice caps in Mars.
On Mars, okay.
And so it's now called Neo Venzania. And so they have a bunch of like, what are they called? Mario and Luigi dress up as them. I've forgotten.
Gondoliers.
Gondolier boys. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Boys? They have a bunch of lady gondoliers.
Dude, they're all ladies in Aria. So there's a bunch of lady gondoliers.
It's like a very fancy version of taxi driving. This gondolier business.
I always remember the one episode where they go to an earth hot spring, and it's like an old Italian building that's completely underwater now. but it's got like a hot spring everywhere, so you could just wander around in the hot spring. And I'm like, that would be so cool in real life.
To breathe underwater.
Well, no, like it wasn't all underwater, but like
Okay.
the hot spring was in like a ruins area.
Okay.
And so they were in a restricted area, but still, it was cool.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that is always stuck with me, even though it's a very old anime at this point.
Speaking of hot springs, Peach, any progress on booking that spa trip?
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Mom said I should try to find someone that actually goes to a spa so I don't end up going to some random person.
Some random back alley
I mean, the
spa.
place I looked up looked nice.
I always do look nice. I always think of Conan O'Brien when he went to the spa. And they're laughing at each other because they're having to be naked, and then suddenly they're getting peeled. All his skin's coming off. The other one's laughing at the other while the other one's getting, like, assaulted. He's just pink as a tomato when it's all of a sudden done with.
I always think of the one bit that Danny talked about in Game Grumps. I forget which LP it is, but he was talking about how he got, like, a Swedish massage, and so he doesn't usually get that type of massage, and so they're like, undress to your comfort level, and so like he kept his underwear on, and so then he laid down to get the massage, and then the lady like ripped his underwear off, and he went ah because he wasn't expecting it, and the lady went ah, and then he said the rest of the trip was so awkward just because of the ah ah.
Boom. It's truly, why are you screaming? I'm screaming because you're screaming.
That's true. I think your scream scared me more than the monster.
As always, good stuff. Poosh, do you watch much Game Grumps? Have you ever?
I used to back then. I haven't caught up with them in years.
That's okay. I don't think I've caught up with them either. The last thing I checked in on them
every once in a
playing
while
was Trauma Center. I was so
I'm
tempted
so
when
old at this point.
they wanted to play Trauma Center. They need to play New Blood. It's got 2-player surgeonness.
True. They wanted to finish it, but they're so close to the end of the game that
They're
it's just
literally
too
one
difficult.
surgery away.
It's literally too difficult for them to just jump back in.
I guess so. That's why they get New Blood.
They did say that Danny's been practicing Punch-Out Wii again.
Ooh. That would be fun. Punch-Out Wii was another... That was a fun LP of theirs. What's our favorite Game Grumps LPs?
Mickey Mousecapade.
Doesn't count. It needs to be multi-episode.
Every time I need a laugh, I'll stick that one on. It's just instant smile on my face. What are these? Paintings or windows? Geez, game designers, make up your minds.
Sounds like
anyway, let's talk a bit about Poosh.
Okay, Poosh.
Yeah. Hi.
Have you ever watched the show before, Poosh?
No, I haven't. This is my first and only episode so far.
Oh,
boy.
boy.
We actually showed you a good one.
You picked a real winner there.
We treated you better than we did Metadocs.
Oh. Which one did he get stuck with again?
True Colors.
Oh, that one.
What's so bad about that episode? Oh, I gotta watch it on YouTube?
Well, they're all free on YouTube, but True Colors, this whole notorious thing is that it's a big message about racism, except that it's very not emblematic of what racism is.
It's very beat you over the head with the message.
And it's also like super soapboxy about it. And you're like, jeez. And it comes up in trivia stuff like, did you know the Marios had an episode where they talked about racism?
Did you know that the Marios had an episode where they made fun of Italian people?
That's every episode.
Oh, that's true.
Ching.
Woo. It's especially true in today's episode, the Venice Menace.
Written by Matt Hewitt.
So this guy's holy ravioli, Mario.
This guy's got a pretty messy track record. I'll read out a bit of what Matt Ewitz has written before. He has written the Mummy and President episodes for Mario 3. So Mummy Mommy, and then Princess Toadstool for President.
Okay. I see he likes to tackle adult themes.
Yeah, and he's written a few episodes for Captain N, one for Saturday Supercade, Mega Man, Extreme Dinosaurs, Mr. T, and Turbo Teen. Do you know Turbo Teen? Is that what Rebel Taxi talked about? Where it's the guy who turns into a car because he crashed his car into a lab while he was writing it, and he merged.
I thought you were about to say it's a guy that turns into a teenager, and I'm like, all right.
What?
How do you do, fellow kids?
No. It's like turbo. Vroom, vroom,
like the other day at work,
turbo-tastic.
my boss was like, I gotta take care of all you kids. And I'm like, why do you keep lumping me in with the kids? I'm an old lady. Which isn't that true, but I feel like it sometimes.
Yeah, so I feel like it when I went to visit a high school recently, and I'm walking around in there, and I'm like, I feel like a baby. I feel like a freshman. You guys are all tall and big, and you guys got it together. You're wearing what you want.
They can't even sell alcohol.
Oh. Anywho, we got very off track, but this is our episode, Venice Menace. So we're having another morning constitutional in the
I have to say something about this episode. I think the music was really loud in the background.
Okay, you're not the only one who noticed that. Poosh, talk about that.
Okay, I thought this was just a me issue, because, I'm so used to reading subtitles in my life, because, my family's hearing impaired, so, it's hard for me to, pay attention to, the words people are saying without subtitles, so I was like, okay, maybe this is just me, because captions are not available on YouTube, but, I rewatched it, 3 times, and I still don't know, what they're saying.
There were so many parts where I had to pause and go back, because I'm like, wait, what did they say? I can't hear.
Yeah.
It was that, and also, what was that?
Was that? Was that?
It was either sound mixing or all of these takes were really bad, because so much, I was like, I can't, what?
They're saying very complicated words, but they're kind of mumbling them, and then the background music is loud, and I'm just like, what?
First take, good take, let's go.
Maybe they realized how bad everything they were saying sounded, and they're like, let's just drown it out a little bit.
No one has to hear this. They'll just be happy because it's video game music. And yeah, there were a bunch of sound effects. They always pepper the episode with sound effects.
Pepper in a few sound effects.
It's pepper. It's more like they went to put the pepper shaker and then the lid
It's
fell
like in
off.
those cooking shows where they're like, we'll add a dash of wine, and then they dump the whole bottle in it. It's like, lady, are we making spaghetti or a cocktail?
2 shots of vodka, glug, 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 and 1 glass. That was more than 2 shots, madam.
Oh my goodness.
So, we're having a morning constitutional in the desert region.
Because nothing says Italy like the desert.
Well, I think that's the whole... I mean, that's the point.
I guess so. It's just funny that we start out an episode titled The Venice Menace about the wettest city in the world, and we start out in the desert.
driest. So, the pizza man has suddenly dropped in. And
Holy sand piles!
So Toadstool lets them know. They're like, what's he doing in here? And Toadstool's like, well, there's only one way to find out, guys. Ask. First time I heard that, I'm like, she did not just say ass, but it just sounds like...
I thought she said asp, like the desert cobra.
What?
ASP.
I've never heard of that snake.
Same.
It's something that they do in Sam and Max whenever they're trying not to say the word ass. They're like, oh, look at that giant asp.
Okay. Asp.
Anyway, Mamma Mia, Franco Sinatra, Joe DiMaggio.
No.
I'm
So
Italian. Can't you
the
tell?
Italian language is saying Italian names, and Luigi
But it's just
feels
so
it
nice
in
to hear
his
people
roots.
speak in my native tongue. There's so many people crying in this episode. Dear God.
There's a lot of tears.
It's a very wet episode. Oh, Lord.
So, okay, here's my question. Are those names of actually Italian people, or are they presumed to be Italian
Well, they're
people?
mostly actors that have Italian-sounding names, like Joe DiMaggio, Frank Sinatra. Those are
Frank
Italian
Sinatra's a
sounding
pianist.
names.
Isn't he the super piano guy? He's not as super as
But
Liberace.
he's the crooner.
Crooner?
The fly me to the moon.
Oh, okay.
What I like is how they all keep calling each other paisano.
Yeah, you know what? It's from person to person.
Hey, paisano! Hey, paisano! Yeah!
You know they're a neighbor and not a tourist when you can call them a paisano.
I love how the Italian pizza man immediately takes them because they start going, hey, paisano! And you're like, oh, brothers!
If you know what paisanos are, you exactly know what I'm saying. And there's a giant...
I may be stranded in the desert, but at least I found another Italian.
Well,
What
they might help
odds?
me out here. They can just help me carry my gondola boat back. So he tells them that there's a sea monster ravaging...
And Venice will die!
Die!
Venice is going to die!
Die!
Not
Mario,
be destroyed, not fall apart.
The
it will
spirit
die.
of Venice will wash away.
Caesar Augustus, Christopher Columbus, Annette Funicello.
Caesar Augustus?
At this point, they're just saying random stuff. Although, this
These
is the
are
second
Roman
time
names.
in the series of the show where we've mentioned Annette Funicello. Before, it was an episode of the Super Show.
Okay.
Where Toad's like, it's Annette! And then Luigi goes, Annette Funicello, where?
So weird. So Mario is super invested now because Venice is his favorite city.
Well, next to Brooklyn, USA.
That's true. It's his second favorite city.
We have to look straight in the camera while we say that we love Brooklyn, USA.
We
USA
love Brooklyn.
Great.
And we were born there, and it's the best. But, Venice is second best. It's pretty alright.
He doesn't know why, though. He just feels it in his jellies.
He feels it in his bones.
And his jellies.
Jellies. Luigi's like, what? I'm not buying this, Mario. What are you talking about?
It's like, I thought it was just the sun, Mario.
Oh, the train's here.
I thought it was just the train passing by.
Choo choo. Train's so loud next to my place. Anywho, so Mario's like, we gotta go and see what's up in Venice. And Toad is just here with a very convenient box.
With the royal box. He's the royal box carrier.
He's got the treasury.
Where was he keeping that?
Suits.
Was it in his pants? We just don't know.
It was in the box. He was carrying the box. So
I don't know. He's got those limp frog suits that I hate. Ugh, yeah. Just something about the frog suit without a person in it just looks so deformed and weird.
That's how most rubber things look without something filling them up. It's like, ugh. It's like a rubber glove without a hand in it. It's floppy and gross.
Ugh.
Anywho. So we go in to see what the trouble is in Venice, and who would have guessed it? The sea monster is Koopa.
It's the return of the Doom sub from the episode that Vaz was on.
Yeah, connections. So they're gonna Koopatize the Mario Brothers again.
Oh boy.
And because Cootie Pie really wants Venice as a water park.
Not just any water park. She wants it to be the Cootie Pie Koopa themed water park. Water amusement park. Which she says many times every time they ask her about it.
She's letting them know. She's gonna make that amusement park.
And she's so happy about it. She's just kissing her dad a whole bunch.
Kissing up to him.
a little too much. If
You think it's a little too much? I think she's really being a big old sycophant, and she knows Koopa will be like, whatever. You gotta do so much just to get embarrassed attention. So here's my other question. Venice as a water park, though? Because, yeah, it's water-based, but I wouldn't call it vertically water-based.
Also, how are they going to transport it anywhere?
Horizontally water-based.
Are they transporting the water? Are they transporting the buildings?
Either way. So Mario and Luigi, you just need the Venice water, maybe. Maybe that's what she's going for.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that water. It's probably really nasty.
Yeah, that's where the sewage goes. Anywho, so Mario and Luigi are swimming through, trying to catch up to Koopa, and Luigi's got really flexible legs as a frog. I'll give it to them that frogs have longer legs than you would think. If you stand a frog vertically, like if you stand like a human.
I've been watching a lot of Muppets lately.
Kermit anatomically correct.
He's a little short.
Okay. Anywho, so Mario and Luigi are having to deal with these enemies, and Mario just starts chucking rings at these
the
fools.
Donuts.
Yeah,
the
donuts.
Underwater donuts, which make them drown. You think they look like pool floaties; it would make them float, but whatever.
Yeah. So then, Luigi's got a really good joke here.
Oh my
Did you
god,
write
this
it down,
joke
Peach?
is hilarious. Of course I wrote it down.
Okay, good.
It says, remind me never to challenge you to a game of underwater horseshoes, Mario. And so at first Mario's like, Luigi, stop joking. Also, one more thing. What is it, Mario? Never challenge me to a game of underwater horseshoes. And then they're so cross that they sit there upset at each other
and they zoom out
into the pipe.
And then they disappear. They go poof.
They just turn really tiny in the pipe. Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it just looks so bad.
Yeah.
Luigi is so very
It was beautiful.
Also,
and this show just really nails the brotherly moments between Mario and Luigi.
Mario, I got a joke for you. Luigi, I don't want to hear it. And also, I'm going to take the joke now, because I really liked it. What the heck, Mario?
Well, it's that joke of remind me about this later, and then like 2 seconds later, they're like, hey, you should do this.
That's from Singing in the Rain.
I do that all the time.
It's because
it's fun.
Singing in the Rain. Anywho, so they are now... These are probably the best outfits I've ever seen Mario and Luigi in.
The Mario and Luigi gondolier outfits.
Yeah, these gondolier disguises are great, and they should have returned for Mario Odyssey.
They would be a great disguise if Luigi could keep his frog in his pants.
Hey, Luigi, is that a frog in your pocket? Or are you happy to be here?
I don't know, but at least they got to the boats powered by the moving of the frame at first.
Yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately, after that, they've got to start oaring, and Luigi's already sick of it.
You know I don't have upper body strength, Mario.
It's all in the legs.
That's why I jump so high. You're the one with the upper body. And then Mario's like, yeah, you know something weird, Luigi?
You smell that Venice air, Luigi? Yeah, it smells like pollution, Mario.
No. Something that like wrenches your soul. How could it wrench our souls, Mario? We haven't even been wrenched. There's nothing to wrench.
I don't even have a soul, Mario.
What are you talking about? You know I had to sell mine 2 months ago. But this is when I made the epiphany that this episode is just really good at those manzai type jokes where you got the straight man Mario who says something like, you feel it in the air, Luigi? And then Luigi will twist the joke and be like, yeah, I feel something, all right. Feel tired.
And then Mario gets out the fan and goes, whack.
And they go, pong.
But
truly, it's like, Mario just sets it up, and Luigi's like, I'm just not feeling this, Mario. Stop it.
It is weird, though. It's like,
jokes.
they're from Brooklyn, but they know they're Italian, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about in that.
So they're like,
feel
why
something in their
does
soul.
Venice feel so familiar? And I'm like,
Well,
because
specifically Venice, not just an
you're
Italy
Italian.
place.
I don't know,
Got
I guess.
Italian roots like Vinny Vine sauce. But Luigi just is not picking up all the soul talk that Mario's putting down. Mario just keep really trying to emphasize it, and Luigi's like, So Mario wants to solve this mystery right away, but he doesn't really need to, because we were immediately shown what the answer to the mystery is.
Spoilers.
They spoil it for us.
We're not supposed to notice.
Even though they pan the camera up.
It's like with Luigi's Mansion 2, how they try to keep it such a secret that King Boo's in the game. And I'm like, he was in the promotional art. He was in the opening cutscene. We know he's in the game. And it's like the last area where they're like, oh, it's King Boo. And it's like, no, crap.
Of course it's King Boo. No, I think that's what makes 3 so great, is that they reveal their deck very early, that this is all a big ploy from King Boo.
They're like, yeah, we know it's King Boo, so let's just go ahead and show that it's him. Whatever.
And also, let's murder you right now, Luigi, because I absolutely want you dead.
Man, he's out for blood in that game.
Truly! Sharpening knives in the corner. Jeez. So
it's time to play a most dangerous game, Luigi. Knife Monopoly.
Stab your fingers.
I was going to say something else, but now I want to know what Knife Monopoly is.
Jeez. Also, this just reminds me of Pokemon Heroes when they look up at the statue. I'm supposing
it's true. Honestly, this whole episode gives me big Pokemon Heroes vibes.
Just makes me want to watch Heroes again, because that's a good movie.
I need to. My boyfriend and I are planning on watching all the Pokemon movies again.
All of them?
Well, he's only seen up to number 4.
Stopping on 4? That ain't right.
And I'm like, you gotta at least watch 5.
5's really good. So, Mario and Luigi, they're oaring their way along, and then suddenly, Koopa, the Doom Sub, comes out from under the water, and then Mario loses his hat. His hair is looking curlier than usual.
It must be that Venice air.
Mm-hmm.
It's
really,
curling his hair.
It's because of the humidity.
Because of the salt content in the water.
Perhaps so.
But you better catch those Mario Bros, because if they ruin my plans, the only word you'll hear from me is tantrum.
Tantrum. Also, Mario notes here that I think they get knocked off their gondola, or they're looking for a better one, and they go, there's a gondola with more goat.
With more go.
Go. Okay, I thought he said goat.
I also heard goat.
Well, they make 2 gondola puns in a row where Luigi's says we're going to be goners in this gondola, and then Luigi's like, well, and then Mario says, oh, there's a gondola with more go.
We mean gondola. There we go. So for a minute here, I thought this
bit
music
makes me think of it's the Penguins of Madagascar movie where they're in Italy and they're doing the Venice chase.
Again, Venice. It just keeps showing up in places.
It's just great for chases.
Tight corridors. Also, for a moment, I thought this music was running in the 90s, but it's actually song time.
I forget what the song is.
It was a pretty enjoyable song from what I remembered. It's got a good beat to it, but I didn't love the lyrics to it. It's like, chasing down the Koopas. Wah!
I don't know. It was an okay song, but I really like this chase sequence.
Yeah.
The Koopa is getting attacked by seafood.
He runs into a seafood salesperson. And
there's a really slow pan of a fish like flying into Cutie Pie's mouth and Koopa getting bit by a lobster.
Yeah, she eats one whole and she's like, yeah, she pulls it out of her mouth, and then Koopa has to pull the lobster out of his. So they're just zooming around. Someone's getting married today on the Venice water. That's just asking for your cake to go.
Good old Italian gondola wedding.
Just go into the.
I really loved that one frame of Mario licking the cake off his face. one frame in the whole scene, and I'm like, that's a really cute Mario there.
That's a good Mario right there. But also, Koopa's just super bad at driving the sub above the water. Is there no
He's just crashing
periscope?
into everything.
Because what I'm trying to think of is that
he was too preoccupied with the lobster on his face.
I guess so, but it's like the head of the Koopa sub, is that his only viewpoint? Because there's no periscope to that. They could be completely underwater and also see where they're going.
That's true.
So the only way he could see is by sticking his head out of the water and then bonking into things.
Still exists with how bad it is.
I know. And suddenly the Doom sub becomes laundry blinded by all these bloomers. No!
Everybody decided to wash their bloomers on Sunday. It's National Wash Your Bloomers and Hang Them Out to Dry Day.
It's National Undies. Me undies.
What'd you think of the song, Poosh?
I thought it was okay. It made me wonder if like this show is one of those shows where like there's a song every episode.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all of this quality where it's like really like.
Yep.
I respect it. It's a good time.
I'll give
it
7
felt
continents.
Like really sudden. What happened?
Yeah. 7 Continents has the best song that we assume is the best song. I'm a Hurricane.
I'm a hurricane. In the original show, they would have actual licensed songs, and they got in trouble
Just
with
for
that
the
for
first year.
re-releases.
Ooh.
It was always
So
like
then
really
they started
bad
doing
covers
these
of
like
stuff.
original songs with the Koopalings singing.
Well, they couldn't help themselves with Milli Vanilli, but that was a whole Milli Vanilli deal.
That was an entirely different situation.
Jeez. So
This is no time to be Italian. We gotta be Polish.
He goes Polish, and I'm like, what? And I had to go back and realize that he's talking about the nationality of Poland.
He's also talking about how they grabbed a pole.
You gotta be Polish and use Animal Crossing tricks to get out of there. Woo!
It even takes Luigi a second to get the jokes. He he looks at Mario and he looks at the pole. And he's like, Polish. Oh, Polish. Okay.
I really thought
get it.
They were gonna make a Hungarian joke next. You know where we should go next? Hungary. Cause I
need some pasta.
I really
thought
then
they would go to Turkey.
Ooh, there you go. So many.
Oh my gosh. So many countries to make fun of, so many little time.
So little time. So we go back to Koopa
the Doom
and
sub,
Cutie Pie.
Which is flooding.
Yeah, because Koopa officially crashed it way too much, and it's absolutely flooding, and Koopa's got it pressed up against... He's got a door pressed up against the wall.
Cutie Pie, grab the emergency welding kit, which is a tiny fire bro.
I love how it's a teeny tiny fire brother. Where's he kept?
I thought they usually used patuis for this thing.
It's the emergency
Whenever
one.
they need whenever they're like, stick them up, I got a patui.
Patuis.
But now it's a tiny fire bro.
He's got fire. He's got controlled fire. Maybe with the patui, you can't control it so much.
She just holds him like a welding torch and welds the door.
And she's like, I'm so much better than my stupid brothers. Which, if anything is accurate in the show for sibling dynamics, it is definitely that. The one girl in the family would automatically be at a competition level with all the other brothers. It's her versus the brothers.
I would say next to Cookie, she's got the most brains of the siblings.
Definitely. She's pretty darn savvy.
I would say Cookie is more, book smart, and Cutie Pie has more street smarts.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Bully has more street smarts.
Unfortunately, she's welded Koopa's shell to the door, which, good God, that's a really disturbing image.
Ow!
The scene of Koopa trying to pull his shell off the door. Ugh.
He can't leave his shell, so he's a true turtle. Their backs are their shells.
Well, but even then, it's not attached like that. Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that anatomy is so off.
How? I think it's
'Cause, like,
stretched for
it's because
cartoonic
the breastplate
effect.
isn't connected to the back plate. And so, like, with turtles,
Oh,
it's like
it's
that's
just
the
this-
whole body, and, like, the muscle tendons are attached to the inside.
Okay. Here's the
I don't
next
know.
question. We
Anatomy.
know that Koopa can't leave his shell in this show, but can Bowser leave his shell in the mainline games? Poosh, what do you think?
No, I think he cannot.
He cannot leave his shell.
I
Peach,
think
what do you think?
He can go into his shell. And we have seen in other Mario media that Koopas can take off their shells.
I thought for a minute you were going to say
true.
Mario is missing.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that did happen in Mario's Missing.
Well, you're talking about
With the exploding Koopas. Like, you jump on them and they just explode.
You mean how in Mario World onwards, Koopas, you can kick them out of their shells.
They've got, like, boxer shorts on. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they always make sure to
it's
dress
Mario
up.
64 that started that.
I think it was Mario World.
Mario
Because
World?
okay. Yeah, because there was that one part at the beginning where you can jump on a Koopa Troopa, and then his shell goes forwards, and then you jump on it
shell,
again.
and then he runs
And
all
and then
sad.
it goes
I'm
into
dropping my
like
water
6
everywhere.
more Koopa Troopas at once, and it gets you a 1-up, and it's a fun little scene.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so I was really hoping that for the rest of this episode, that Koopa would just have a door stuck to his shell for the rest of the episode.
That would be so funny.
But unfortunately,
Hey, where's Koopa? Oh, he's standing in the door.
unfortunately, this show is not smart enough to know to
They're
keep
cowards.
that continuity. They're
Cowards!
I was like, if this was We Bear Bears, we would have a Koopa wearing the shell for the rest of the episode. From then onwards, we would have that.
So then we get a hard cut to Koopa and Cootie Pie walking down the street. Just walking down the street of Venice in the middle of the night.
No one is
Nobody's out. They don't get
Not
mugged.
even the cops. Nobody. How does robberies in Venice work, I wonder? Do you use the water
There are
to
no
advantage?
cops, it's just the mafia, right?
Maybe so. So Cootie Pie's like, just having fun, looking around. Look, Daddy Kids!
Hey, look, Dad, there's the Mario Bros. They're just randomly in this building.
I was hoping that he'd be like, you nincompoop, those are 2 other random Italian people. I should be like, no, there!
That would have been funny if it was just 2 random Italian people that look like Mario and Luigi. And it's like, no, they're just other Italians. That's Mario and Luigi.
There they are.
Or if Koopa had noticed 2 random Italians and then Cootie Pie's like, they're over there.
Wrong people.
Anyway, luckily for Koopa, they're explaining their plan on the windowsill. Like you do.
Out loud. Like you do. So Mario's letting Luigi know that we need a really good night's sleep to get to the problem of our mystery. This is our mystery,
Mario,
Luigi.
our mystery. I'm just gonna go to bed. Get some calzones.
Can you order some pizza? Thanks. I mean, we've seen from Luigi's Mansion 3 that
And
Mario
so
can
yeah. I love
in a
that
short
bit.
amount of time. So what does Koopa's plan?
Koopa's plan is, I don't know what's going on, but it's time to moita some plumbers.
Moita time! So the plan is to look under the Venice system, which is indeed supported by logs, which these are just going to rot away fast. Come on, man. I would think that modern day they would be replaced with cement or like supported with stone and then cement, like it'd be reinforced over time.
There's probably some sort of restoration effort going on that I don't know about because I don't live in Italy.
An upkeep thing.
And I don't speak Italian.
It's true.
You know, apparently all I need to speak Italian is to know some Italian names. So,
all right, tell me 5 Italian names.
Not right now.
Okay.
So it's too late for that. I'm sleepy.
It's true. Okay. So Luigi goes to sleep. Also, Koopa's master plan, gonna sneeze soon, is that he sends Chain Chomps down to...
And they're gonna sneeze on the bars and sink the building so Mario and Luigi are gonna sleep with the fishes.
Not only Mario and Luigi, but everybody else in this building. This is a hotel establishment. All
Are
of
we
the
sure
guests
there
are
was
gonna
anybody
die
else
now.
in that building?
I mean, how else would they found a place to stay? It's not like
Maybe
they
it was
had
just
any
abandoned.
people. That's sad. But Luigi's like, oh, that was a weird noise. And he opens the blinds and he
He
sees
has
fish
this
out
really
the window.
awkward wake-up sequence where he's just kind of rustling on the sheet. He's
For
like,
like 6 seconds.
and there's like a rustling noise, and I'm just like, what is going on? Was there just like a 20-second dead period in this episode? And they're like, just loop the Luigi waking up scene. It'll be fine.
It's good. It's good.
Fine. Oh my god. Hello, little fish. I'm going back to bed.
He's totally okay with this. But then Luigi realizes, uh-oh, that's not normal. And also we find out Luigi's been wearing his shoes to bed. Have some decency, Luigi.
Well, it just happens when you're paranoid. You're ready to get up and go at any second.
He's dressed to leave at all times. Is that what he does in Luigi's Mansion 3 too?
Yep.
Is that he
To be fair, in that one, he passes out in the bed like he wasn't intending to go to sleep, but he passes out with all his clothes on.
Yeah, okay.
There's a really funny picture on Tumblr of the pajama AU, which is Luigi didn't have his overalls on. Instead, he was wearing pajamas, so it's the entirety of Luigi's Mansion, but he's wearing his PJs.
Well, I guess you're ready to go, Luigi. Mm-hmm. And you got little mustaches.
He's got like little bunny slippers, and he's like squeaking down the hallway.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
It just makes me want costumes.
So true.
So I have a knock-knock joke ready for this next moment.
All right.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Water pressure.
Water press who?
The water pressure's gonna drown us, Mario! Because
I don't think that was a funny joke, Mario. Hush, Luigi, you don't know good jokes.
whatever.
I just love how Mario's like, oh, get it, and Luigi's like, no, and like he opens the door and there's like one frame of just water, and then it goes.
It was perfectly still there, but
And Luigi's
also,
like, I love how
other
Mario's
figures-
just like, man, I shouldn't have eaten that pizza before bed. I'm having a crazy
Man.
dream.
Ooh. Also, something super freaky happens. A hammer brother hovering outside your window to smash it sounds absolutely terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Like somebody being outside my window and wanting in, I would.
This whole
scream
situation
and
is
leave.
quite terrifying.
I would scream. And head
Also,
on
it
out.
appears that Mario has completely gotten rid of his aquaphobia, and also that they can breathe underwater now.
They can hold it for a really long amount of time. I don't know. Also, they go into the biggest closet in the world.
Well, before that, they do like this weird loop. Like they're all
Yeah, they're
chasing
like,
each other in a
"Come
loop,
into the-
and it's just
come
like,
into
what
the
is
closet."
going on here?
Go over here, in here. How big is this closet, man?
We pull the old closet switcheroo.
Yeah, so Mario and Luigi, they have, I mean, it's what you think. They put their spare suits into the closet on hangers, and they got them back out.
I wonder
so
if the gondolier outfits were in there too. It would have been funny if they came out in the frog suits, and then the other people came out in the gondolier suits.
We keep thinking of funnier jokes for this episode because we love it so much.
We keep thinking of jokes that would require more budget.
I know.
Aw.
So cold. So
Instead, we just get
Koopa's-
Luigi rolling around on the bed for 20 seconds.
So Koopa's plan is now escalating to not only murder the Mario Brothers, but drown all buildings in Venice. Now,
Was that his
everybody's
plan the
gonna
whole
die
time?
in their sleep. Well, here's the question. There's no point to Venice if you knock all of the buildings down. What makes Venice cool is that there are buildings on super close to the water level. If you take all
Maybe
the
this
buildings
is one
out,
of those situations where Cootie Pie doesn't actually know what Venice is, and she's just like, "Oh, that sounds cool! I want Venice to be a
want the
water park,
idea of
so I can
Venice.
brag to my brothers."
She really needs this to lord over big and Bully and Big Mouth.
Oh my god.
Those two specifically need to know that she's the number one. She's the number one son, and she's not even a son. That's how good she is. Yeah, if you knock all the vending
vending machines over, then you won't get a snack.
Yeah, and if you knock off all the buildings in Venice, you're left with this empty and polluted part of the sea. Like, nobody wants that. Yeah, it's gross. It's full of like remains and debris.
We can't even get any biscottis.
I know.
They'll be soggy.
So Mario and Luigi find their way into the Koopa Doom sub, and so Koopa tells them that he's gonna Koopatize them. He's gonna pulverize them.
He's gonna moiderize them.
He's gonna moiderize them. You know what? I'm appreciative that Koopa was kind enough to translate what he meant for Mario, so Mario would understand that he's going to take him out. You wanna
finally? It's not like in the past where they've said they're going to Koopatate them, and I've lost nights of sleep thinking about what that means.
What does it mean to Koopatate?
What is Koopatate? Poosh, what do you think Koopatate means?
It sounds like constipate or something.
I'm gonna constipate him personally.
We'll give him a bunch of laxatives. That'll get him. Stick them in the pasta.
Those make you poop faster.
Oh, that's true. Give him some fiber. I don't know.
Fiber gets you.
Now I'm just thinking about the Iron Giant. Of the scene where they put the laxatives in the soda, and then the FBI guy spends like a third of the movie in the bathroom.
That is good.
He's just like, "Oh, you kid, I'm gonna." Oh, hold on.
That's the true thing when you have in that Tums festival is that you're like, okay, I'm good now.
I had
and then
Tums
in 20
seconds,
in 20 seconds, you're like, I need to go right this minute, or I'm gonna poop me pants and become the diaper chief.
Oh boy,
poop me pants today. So Mario, I think it's Mario. He toys Koopa and Cootie Pie away from the.
So Mario's plan is to get Koopa and Cootie Pie into the engine room so Luigi can take care of the control center and press the chain chomp explosion switch.
Press the button that activates the bombs in the chain chomp's brains to murder them.
But it's for chain chomps.
What does that mean?
It's from Sonic Adventure. The monkey destruction switch.
Oh,
it's part of Knuckles. It's part of Knuckles' quest for some reason. It's just this random thing. They're like, we need the monkey destruction switch. And you're like, what? Okay.
It's so violent. It really enforces the idea that Bowser and Koopa's troops are,
why does he have a button to just explode all the troops? That's just so mean.
It's so violent. This recall button.
They're not even bombs. They're chain chomps.
I know, but bombs die by choice, but they didn't have a choice.
We're so harsh in this episode.
So very mean. Also, so Cootie Pie's like, oh, I know what we're gonna do, Dad. We're gonna turn the engine on, because we're in the engine room. And she reaches up and she pulls the engine switch, and that just sends Mario flying on a music block.
Well, first we get a really weird situation. So I think what's happened is that they've swapped the lines, but they animated it incorrectly. It's weird. So it's that when they turn on the engine, Mario goes, ah! But it looks like he's saying more things. So then Koopa says a line, and then Mario says something along the lines of, like, never responding to his line. But it looks like he's saying, ah. So it looks like they swapped the lines, but then realized it was out of order, so they swapped it back. So it's just really weird. It just reminds me sometimes when I'm reading a manga and the panels are flipped and I'm like, wait, why'd he say that? That doesn't make any sense.
What?
And then I have to put two and two together like, oh, okay.
I'm reading. It's true in right to left mangas. Sometimes it's confusing to know which one comes first. Like sometimes you need to read all of what's on the very the very right hand side before you look to the left. Even though the left picture is really big, you have to read all of the stuff on the right, and it's like, this is so weird. I just want
And
to go
then
left,
sometimes
right,
it's
left.
like they accidentally switch an inner monologue with something they say out loud, and I'm like, why did they say that out loud? That's so weird. I think that happened in Tokyo Mew Once, and it puzzled me for years, and then I finally realized it was probably a translation error.
Oops.
Oh well, it happens. And it's funny.
Also that this sub, so Luigi has pressed the recall button to murder all of the chain shops. And also
that same button also transports them back to the desert.
It's an auto warp. Why not?
It's a button that does whatever you need it to do whenever it needs to be done.
Please put them right there right now.
Arms blue.
It turns their arms blue. That is true. It's like they're not wearing their suits all of a sudden.
Sonic blue arms. Anywho, Koopa and Cutie Pie are kicked back to the desert land, and Cutie Pie ain't happy about this. They did not get the water park, and she is going to throw a tantrum, as promised.
Tantrum!
Look at me! It's a tantrum! And Koopa says she won't be fit to live with for a year. I hate those pesky plumbers. Says a very resigned Koopa.
It's just resigned to his face.
Because at the end of some episodes, when Cutie Pie is getting hissy, he'll bite back and be like, I'm the boss, not you. But
Turn
this
down
one,
your
he's like,
stereo. Quit pitching your brothers.
Quit doing that. Or I'll be like, you're going to the dungeon. And then she'll stop. Okay, I promise. But here he's like, I don't have the energy to deal with this today.
Let's just go home.
Let's just go home.
I think he's just thinking about the repair bill for that Doom ship. It's just sunk. It's like when you total your car and you're like, oh man, that's not even worth towing anymore.
This is just
it's just sad. Oh well. Lu Albano, Al Pacino, Frederick Capellini, you've saved the Venice.
Oh my goodness. The Venice man is here to sing our praises.
I love how they name drop Lou Albano. It's so nice.
Of course they do. He's a great man.
Is he even Italian?
Let's look it up.
I don't know. He was a good Mario, whatever he was. So they're all back in Venice, and now the princess and Toad are here to
Italian-American professional wrestler under the stage name Captain Lou Albano.
Nice.
Yep, he was indeed. So, Toad's got some really weird sunglasses on.
He's trying to blend in.
Yeah, I think he's trying to blend in. So, the Venice man says, thanks to you guys for saving my entire city. I'm gonna show you something that you could have easily seen while you were already here.
They would have had to turn their necks up 25 degrees, and that's not gonna happen.
So they look up and they see the Marco Polo brothers, who brought plumbing from China to make Venice what it is today.
But they aren't the Marco Polo brothers, they're Marco Polo's plumbers.
What?
So they aren't related to Marco Polo, it's that they're related to Marco Polo's plumbers who brought the idea of plumbing from China to Italy. I guess.
We're looking this up very quickly.
Did Marco Polo have plumbers? News at 11.
No, I'm looking up. Did Marco Polo actually bring the? Did he bring plumbing to China?
Now we're gonna look at the history of plumbing.
And the answer is, I don't think Marco Polo ever went to. I don't think he ever went to it. It was more Roman cities that.
Marco Polo is from Italy.
Oh, he is?
He discovered new continents. That's what he did. And so basically it's a joke because Marco Polo is a famous guy from.
Oops. I clicked on something called the Marco Polo TV series.
Oh boy.
In the Mongol Empire. Yeah, he did go to China. He explored the Silk Road. He went inside there.
Maybe while he was
had-
there, his plumbers learned about our ancient art of
Oh,
plumbing.
yeah.
They learned the
He
ancient
traveled-
art of plum foo.
Okay, yeah. After leaving the princess, they traveled overland to Constantinople and then to Venice, returning home after 24 years. What the heck? This episode actually had a little bit of historical history.
We're already better than Mario's Time Machine.
Yay!
Leonardo da Vinci, Marie Bertinelli, Mario and Luigi.
Their names were added to the Italian speaking language.
Aww.
That's how you know they're treated as legendary.
How lovely.
When you get it's always when you get your words or your name into the lexicon for your language. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're making it a thing.
We've really made a name for ourselves now, Luigi. I thought we were the Mario Bros, Mario.
Well, we are, but we don't talk about my first name because I really don't like it. Says Mario.
Mario.
Don't call me Tomasato. Just call me Mario. Anywho, the episode is over. Wahoo!
Oh my goodness.
So, as you know, Poosh, we pick our most valuable paisano, the person that we appreciated the most from this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I've already decided on my most valuable paisano, and it's Mario and Luigi because
both of them.
It's both of them because you can't have the comedy without someone to set it up and then someone to knock it down. You need both of them to make it work.
Good point.
You can't just have
I was leaning towards Mario, but Luigi was a close second. Oh, you might have to sway me. What do you think, Poosh?
So, like, choosing between Mario and Luigi?
Well, you can
just pick
between
anybody.
Other people. Anyone from the episode.
If you liked the Italian pizza man, go for it.
Yeah, I liked him because he was so, like, almost offensive.
Almost.
It's just, like, how did he get... Okay, so they did something weird where they would call it, like, Earth the real world.
Yeah.
Does that happen in earlier episodes? Like, what's that all about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's that Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn, and they get transported through a warp drain to the Mushroom Kingdom, which is like a parallel universe. So they're constantly talking about the real world versus the Mushroom Kingdom world.
Oh.
The problem is that everybody in the show calls it the real world, even people from the Mushroom Kingdom. So it's like, does everyone think they're living a lie? What's going on?
That's so depressing.
So sad. It would have been so much easier if they just kept calling it Earth. Like, we're going to Earth. But kept calling it the real world. Why? We just don't know. All right, Peach, are you thinking more about Mario and Luigi? It's got to be both of them. You can't have the setup without the knockdown.
Fine. You've swayed me. I'll make it both of them. I'll put in a green Mario addendum to my notes. Mario and green Mario. Green Mario and red Luigi.
Very good, very nice.
Very good, very nice.
So, Peach, where can you find this podcast? Do you remember?
Why do you have to spring these questions on me? It's too late. Anywho, you can find our podcast on YouTube every Monday. You can find them on podcasting services like Apple Podcast or Spoofy or whatnot have you on Wednesdays.
Audible, yep. On Wednesdays.
Is that it?
Yeah, it should be it.
Okay.
Yeah,
also, a little behind the scenes stuff. I've been going back to previous episodes and putting in timestamps in case there's a bit from the episode that you want to skip to.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, our episode with Metadocs, we whinged for 40 minutes about Persona.
That was just me and him. And you were like, can we please stop? And we're like,
Can we
we're
just
almost
start
done.
the episode?
We're almost done. And then we talk more and more and more. I get very sidetracked. So you can find Peach, her art online at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com. Well, it's the end of October. How was your
Yeah.
Inktober, Peach?
Oh, we don't speak of that.
Okay.
Oh, hopefully I'll draw some more soon. I've just been so burnt out
You need
lately.
to. We have some cover art that we need to get done.
Oh yeah. Hopefully I'll get the kick in the butt inspiration I need soon.
Do I need to come and send a corn dog your way?
No.
Forbidden corn dog.
No.
Poosh, have you heard of the corn
A
dog
forbidden
maneuver?
corn dog.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It's basically where you knee someone in the butt.
You
Like you stand
Why?
behind them and you kick your knee up, like into their butt. It's like one of those like playground maneuvers that everybody hates.
That's exactly where I learned it. I went to aftercare one day, and everyone had their butts against the wall. And I'm like, this is so weird. What's going on? And then some little twerp came up behind me and went, corn dog! And he corn dogged me into a bush, and I fell in the bush, and I'm like, ah!
What the heck?
It's not a fun time.
It's like a wrestling maneuver. Jesus.
The corn dog! Ah!
And then you can also find me at delfinodarians.tumblr.com. Poosh, you got anything you want to plug?
Oh no, I'll do it in the future.
Okay. Also, we're here to say that our outro was composed by one of Poosh's best buddies, Taylor Lair. You can find more of her music on Bandcamp at tlair.bandcamp.com. That's T, the letter T, Laire.bandcamp.com. Poosh, what are your opinions on Taylor's music?
I love Taylor's music. It's like ambient electronic music. So if you guys like that, then you will like this.
Yeah.
I like our outro.
It's so peppy.
You think we're gonna keep the outro when we switch over to Mario World?
Sure, that can stay.
The intro's gonna change. I hope everyone's looking forward to that. I know I am.
We had it recorded for ages. Well, it's not recorded yet, but we've had it.
We wrote
scripted.
out the lyrics, and I love them.
It wasn't you. It wasn't we.
I'm
so
more
much
excited for the title than actually watching the episodes. Because, oh dang it, Poosh! If you thought this episode was a trip, oh man, Mario World is just.
Mario World is. We have no money. What are we supposed to do?
Let's just have a bake sale. Make like $2. There,
Like
now we
the
can pay
animation
our
team?
workers.
This is Chowder, where we had to have a car wash episode to finance the rest of the episode. Now we're gonna waste all of the budget, Chowder. Look what you did.
Now the animators are gonna have to draw all this fire.
It's a good one. Poosh, did you ever watch Chowder much?
I watched a few episodes and I liked it.
Just a few? I always felt weirdly repulsed by it because of the way they did the textures, where it didn't move with the character, but it was like an overlay.
Yeah.
I like Jellystone. It's made me want to go back and watch Chowder.
Is it made by the game guy?
Yeah, Casey Greenblatt.
Yeah! Okay. Jellystone is tons of fun. I think we sent you some episodes, but it was only the ones that applied to the inside joke.
The one where Yogi Bear vores everybody.
No, why'd you say it? Why'd you say it?
Because I wanted to torture you.
Why?
Kitten around. I'm just
We're
kitten
just
around.
Look where we found Bella right here.
Aww.
Okay. I mean, that's my favorite picture of Bella right there. See, she's Bella when she's got her teeth out because she's so very bitey. Bella.
Bella.
So
little
bitey.
vampire princess. Anyway, Tony Rosato, John Leguizamo, it's time to end this episode.
It's Tony Rosato.
I'd say Charlie Day, but his name doesn't sound Italian.
Paisani, all you beautiful little paisanis.
Yes.
Hey, you feel what I feel, Luigi? Yeah, tired. Next time, let's get disguises that don't have pools. Oh no, I'm talking about something in the Venice air, something that wrenches a Mario Brothers soul. But Mario, we've never been here in Venice before. How could our souls get wrenched?